Christopher, I understand that we have something in common, at least, that you're a son of a teacher.
That's right, yeah. My mom teaches 8th grade science at Rye Country Day School, where I graduated from.
And where is that?
Rye, New York.
From New York,
Yeah,
from
New York,
the state with the Big Apple. When did you think that you might like to be an actor?
I didn't. It just sort of happened. I was teaching sailing one day, and the next day I was in the movies. It just sort of happened all by accident, really.
Mm-hmm.
I just happened to know somebody who sent me in for an interview for the open call that they had for the Blue Lagoon, and I went in, and the next thing I know, I did a screen test.
Somebody sent you in or sent your picture, or?
Yeah, yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Well, this guy who ran a small little modeling agency, I did 2 jobs with him, and as a matter of fact, the same day that he had sent me in, I hadn't heard from this guy in about 6 months, and the same day that he sent me into this interview, I got into the Ford modeling agency, all in the same day. It happened really fast.
The Ford modeling agency in New York.
In New York, yeah.
How far is, what was the town again?
Rye.
Rye, New York.
Yeah.
How far is that from New York City?
It's in Westchester. It's about an hour, 45 minutes.
So you were close to.
Oh, yeah.
Close to. But you didn't take any theater, drama, acting?
Well, I did a play at school.
You did a play?
A play at school,
just
for, you know, college and stuff. So I'd say I did
This
something.
must be overwhelming for you, too.
It's
Overnight.
really overwhelming, yeah.
Can you handle it?
Well, I'm going to slow down a little bit here. I mean, this whole thing just happened really fast for me. So I'm going to sit back and just sort of ride this wave and just see whether people really want to see me in the movies and see what they think about me and the Blue Lagoon and all the rest. And
so your feet are still on the ground a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're going to stay there for a while.
I want to tell you something, because I think you'll appreciate this. I do many of these junkets. I go around the country and for films. And sometimes the critics are pretty tough on individuals. But I've heard, I don't know how many of these you've done, interviews like this for the film already. Could you count them? 10, 15?
No.
But anyhow, the last night over a milkshake and whatever with some of the critics, everyone that has interviewed you has said that you'll love the interview with Christopher Atkins because he's such a fine young man. And
blowing my ego
off. Okay. And I really enjoyed the film. I thought it was, you did an outstanding job. The character, I think you developed the character as the film moved along. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, well, that's because we were actually living almost like the character was, at least I was. I was living in a tent, and we had outhouses and all the rest of the stuff, and it was a tiny little island we were living on.
Yeah. With your lack of acting experience, did they have to coach you as you went along doing the film?
No, nobody really coached me. I used to talk to Randall, and I became like best friends on the island. Randall Kleiser, who directed it. I'd always go, I had a lot of dumb questions, I mean, because I had no idea what was going on. I've never even seen a film crew before, let alone a movie star like Brooke Shields. And
I imagine when you met Brooke, that was...
Yeah, that was pretty exciting. That was really exciting. But I found that everything that I did, like all my little emotions that I had to produce and all the actions and reactions and stuff that I'd already done in my past. Like when Brooke went over the other side of the island and she knew she wasn't supposed to go to the other side of the island and she went there anyway.
She broke the law.
Yeah, she broke the law. Well, I just remember a time when my sister got into something she wasn't supposed to get into and she did it anyway, you know, and I'm yelling and screaming at her, and I just, you know, it's the whole same thing, you know, I just went over.
You did have a little temper tantrum.
Oh, yeah. Just
in the
throwing
film.
stuff out.
But that's not you. That was acting, wasn't it? You're not that way, are you?
No.
You don't throw things around the house. So. Where's your mother?
Mom.
In high school, were you athletic? Did you participate in football, basketball, and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I did. What happened, though, was I had a knee surgery for 3 years in and out of hospitals from like 9th to 11th grade. And during that period of time, I missed out on a lot of sports, and I sort of became a loner in a way. And that's one thing that was really neat about Blue Lagoon, because I feel like I filled in that gap, you know, as far as my social life goes, and had all the puppy love sort of feelings and those little bickerings and all the rest of the stuff. And I sort of filled in that gap with Brooke, you know, which was really neat. It was really kind of special.
Sure. What's it going to be like when you go home now with the kids? And you going to have the same old friends?
Oh, yeah. Well, as a matter of fact, they're out here. They came out here for the premiere.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Oh, my family's going back. They're going to take a plane in a couple hours, I guess, and head on back to New York. And
it sounds like you're from a close family.
Oh, we have a very close family, which is really sweet, because it's very special. I mean, I can always come back to my family. I can always sit down and talk to my mom about anything. You know,
Yeah.
we have a really, really close relationship as far as...
Do you plan on perhaps going to college and going on in education?
Well, one of my main goals was always to pursue sports medicine. I love sports medicine, and only because of all the stuff that I had through my knee and all the stuff that I went through. And because of that, I want to continue that, whether go to college and sit there or study under somebody and take courses or whatever.
Do you have tendonitis in your knee?
I had a little bit of everything. I mean, they almost took out my kneecap the last operation, and they were just digging away and taking pieces out and putting it back together. I mean, that was a mess for
You weren't a
3 years.
catcher in Little League Baseball, were you?
No, I pitched and played first, but well, Little League
Because
is...
those catchers, you know, they hurt their knees. I know. I have a 28-year-old son who was drafted by the Baltimore Orioles when when he was your age in high school, and he had the same thing. His knees, of course, he'd been catching through Little League in all those years.
Yeah.
Really.
Wow, that's exciting. I always wanted to get drafted.
You have a girlfriend in Tucson?
Yeah, I had a...
You're going to have a lot of them after this interview, really.
Yeah, I do have... I had a girlfriend. I haven't seen her in...
Do you want to say hello to her?
Hi, Peggy. How you doing? No, her name's Peggy DeLuca, and she lives in Tucson. She goes to University of Arizona. Unless she moved now. I don't know where I think she was moving to Phoenix and going to Arizona State. One of my other dreams was always to go to Arizona State and play baseball because I hear they have fantastic teams.
Reggie Jackson and Rick Monday and Sal Bando and all those guys. Yeah.
That's what I've always wanted.
Great
to do.
baseball school. Of course, the University of Arizona won the national championship this year in Tucson.
University
We're
of
national
Arizona?
champions, yeah.
Well, congratulations.
NCAA champs, yeah, right.
Wow.
What about, where do you go from here in this business? And I say this business, the movie.
Hollywood scene? Well, Doug Stewart, who wrote Blue Lagoon, just finished writing another script that I think I might do if I continue. I'm still a little up in the air about what I'm going to do. I mean, the whole thing happened awfully fast for me, and Hollywood is really life in the fast lane. And so I'm just going to take it slow and see how this goes.
Yeah.
You know, just, excuse me, ride the wave. Yeah.
Did you have any, you did one high school play, and you know how fast a play goes. You're on stage and it's boom, boom, and it's over.
done and over with.
Did you think, you know, when you were doing 1,000 takes for every different scene, and that, wow, what a waste, and this is long and boring?
I always wondered what they did with all the extra film. I mean, I went into the cutting room a couple of times, and there was just rows and rows and rows of film, you know, and then all that film, you know, 3.5 months of film for an hour and 45 minutes is really amazing. God, it's a lot of work. But I never really got bored with it, only because it was so fascinating. It was all new to me. Maybe I'd get bored with it if I do it.
Must have been great being on location.
Oh yeah, it was wonderful. I mean, that island was really paradise. I mean,
Yeah,
geez.
just
6 hours away by boat to the nearest store. We were out in the middle of nowhere.
culture shock.
Yeah, that's for sure. When I looked back, I wanted to turn around and go back to the island.
Did you do your own swimming?
I did everything. I did all my own stunts. And,
You did?
Yeah.
Man, with the bad knee and all?
Yeah, well, the bad knee is really great now. I played football my senior year, as a matter of fact, in high school. Yeah.
I've got to tell you, he hates it when I do this, but I have a son who is a double for you. He could have played your understudy. He's 19 years old. In fact, he's gone the other way. He went from Tucson. He was in theater in high school, and he's in New York City now.
Oh, yes.
And he's
I should look him up
struggling
when I go back.
and hearing all those no's, and I can't use you. And how's this going to affect you? You know what I mean? He's working from the... He's going to all those places and knocking on doors, and
I just sort of...
and you kind of fell into it.
off the street, gets lucky, and
you started at the start. You know, and he's studied theater since 4 or 5 years now. He's taken coaching and that sort of thing. I don't want to make you feel badly for all those struggling young actors, but it is, well, a credit to you for getting the part. I mean, there were certainly other young actors who were in contention, I'm sure.
No, yeah. Supposedly I got picked out of 3,000 people, which was kind of amazing for me.
I imagine you ended up with a lot of friends in the cast and the crew.
Yeah, that's one thing about shooting on location is you become very close with somebody. I mean, as far as the crew goes, the whole crew is like a big family. And it was unique about this film, it was an Australian crew. Supposedly it was like the first time an Australian crew's worked with a Hollywood company. And we were really deserted on this island. I mean, we were there 24 hours a day seeing each other, you know.
I enjoyed this very much.
Well,
Come down to Tucson and see Peggy, will you?
Oh, I will, believe me.
we have a little clip, and we're not sure what it is, but what do you think it is?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be the scene on the beach where I run and I tackle her in the sand and tell her And I'm the fastest swimmer and the fastest runner. And she goes, "You're the fastest everything. Get off of me."
We're going to see two beautiful young people in this right now.